Hello children, how are you? Are you all fine? Okay, welcome to the science class. Myself, Mr. Manoj Kumar Pradhan, TGT Science of Kendriya Vidyalaya Khurda Road, going to deliver the lecture on the topic friction of class 8. Dear children, you all can note down the notes by putting the video on pause. Before starting the chapter, we must know the main objectives of this lesson. That is, at the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain how friction acts on objects. Number 2, identify the factors affecting friction. Next, describe the types of friction. Identify the ways in which friction helps us in our everyday life. Okay children, let us first of all know what is friction. Friction is a force that comes into play when two surfaces come in contact with each other. The frictional force or the force of friction acts in the opposite direction of the motion of the object. The force of friction opposes the relative motion between the surfaces of two moving objects. In this picture, you can see the moving ball stops after some time, and the bicycle rider, after stopping pedaling, it will also stop after some time. These are all due to the frictional force, which always act opposite to the direction of the motion of object. Okay children, then we'll be discussing about the factors affecting friction. Friction depends upon two factors. They are nature of the surfaces in contact, the smoothness of the surfaces. Number 2, how hard the surfaces press together. Friction is less on a smooth surface, whereas friction is more on a rough surface. So children, smoother the surface, lesser is the friction, and rougher is the surface, more is the friction. Then friction is more if the surfaces are pressed harder, whereas friction is less if the surfaces are not pressed harder. Then we will discuss about the cause of friction. Friction is caused due to the interlocking of irregularities between the two surfaces in contact. Smooth surfaces have minute irregularities between the two surfaces. Rough surfaces have larger irregularities between the two surfaces. So, force of friction is more if the surfaces are rough. In this picture, you can see the interlocking of irregularities between the two surfaces of objects in contact with each other. The more the irregularities means rough is the surface and more will be the friction, whereas the lesser the irregularities means smoother is the surface and less will be the friction. Okay children, are you all listening and noting down the points? Be attentive and be serious. Then let us move to the main topic of this chapter, that is types of friction. Number 1, static friction. The frictional force that comes into play until an object starts moving is called static friction. An object has to overcome the static friction force in order to start its movement. Number 2, sliding friction. Sliding friction comes into play whenever an object moves along the surface of another object. Such a movement is called slide. Hence, sliding friction is the force that opposes the movement or slide of an object. Number 3, rolling friction. When an object is rolling on a surface, the force of friction which acts upon it is called rolling friction. And number 4, fluid friction. When an object moves in a fluid, the fluid exerts a fluid friction upon the object. It is also called air friction. When the medium of travel is air, and viscous friction when the medium of travel is water. We can conclude that rolling friction has less friction as compared to sliding friction, which is comparatively lesser than static friction. Hence, friction is more in static friction and less in rolling friction. You can see the first figure where the object is stationary, having no motion, is a type of static friction. In the second figure, where the object is sliding over the surface of another object, is a type of sliding friction. In the next figure, you can see one object is rolling over the surface of another object, is a type of rolling friction. While in the next two figures, you can see the fluid friction, that is motion through air by an aeroplane is air friction, and motion through water by fish is viscous friction. Now let us discuss about the usefulness of friction. Friction is useful for many of our daily activities. Friction between the feet and ground helps us to walk on the ground. It is possible to write with a pen or pencil on a paper due to friction between pen or pencil and the paper. It is possible to write on a blackboard due to friction between the chalk and the blackboard. Next, friction between the tires and the road helps automobiles to move on roads. Friction between the bricks help in the construction of buildings. In this figure, you can see some of the examples where friction is useful for us. We need friction for holding a glass, while walking, while writing on the board with chalk, while writing on a piece of paper with pen or pencil, while driving a vehicle, that is friction between the tires and the road. Also, in the construction of buildings between the bricks. Next, we will be discussing about some situations where we does not need the friction. That is, friction is sometimes undesirable. Soles of the shoes wear out due to friction. Tires of bicycles and automobiles wear out due to friction. Steps of staircases and foot over bridges in railway stations wear out due to friction. Knives and razors lose their sharp edges due to friction. In this figure, you can see some of the situations where friction is undesirable. That is, the object wears out, as in cases of shoes, tires, staircases, and loses their sharp edges of knives due to friction. In some situations, we'll be needing to increase friction. That is, friction can be increased by increasing the roughness of the surfaces in contact. For example, number 1, soles of the shoes are grooved to have a better grip on the floor. The tires of the vehicles are threaded to increase the grip on the road. The brake pads of the vehicles are rough to stop moving vehicles when the brakes are applied. Gymnasts apply some coarse substances on their hands for a better grip. These are some of the figures where we need to increase the friction. For example, insoles of the shoes, tires and brake pads of the vehicles, hands of the gymnast, etc. Next, let us discuss about the fluid friction. Fluid friction is the force of friction exerted by liquids and gases on objects moving through them. Fluid frictions depends upon the following three factors. Number 1, the speed of the object. Number 2, shape of the object. Number 3, the nature of the fluid. For example, birds flying in air have streamlined body to reduce fluid friction. Fishes living in water have streamlined body to reduce fluid friction. Aeroplanes and spacecrafts have streamlined body to reduce fluid friction. These are some of the examples of fluid friction, that is, the streamlined body of birds, aeroplane, spacecrafts, and the aquatic fishes. Lastly, while concluding, I want to say that we have already achieved the objectives of this lesson, that is, knowledge about the friction, factors affecting the friction, types of friction, usefulness and harmfulness of friction in our everyday life situations. Thank you. Hope you could grasp each and everything. You might have enjoyed the lecture. Have a nice, wonderful and cheerful day. Thanking you all again.